Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Street Smart Business TV. Now, I'm doing something very different this episode because I've got to get something off my chest, and it's critical that I guess I just vent or rant about what I want to share with you, and I hope that it makes an impact with you. Now, I'm going to give you some real life examples of just a few clients that I work with. This is very typical of the clients that I work with each and every day. And these examples I'm going to share with you is going to show you how your thought processes are probably costing you millions of dollars in lost profits, lost opportunities, lost money, and loss of lifestyle and freedom for yourself because of the thought processes that some of you have. Now, I'm going to start with example number one here. And this example is about a friend of mine. I think so highly of her. She has a very, very successful business here in WA. She originally asked me to come on. She was a centurion, and she asked me to come on and give her a hand to improve her organisation, because for the first time she'd experienced a loss in her company. It never happened to her before. So we set to work, and this is a centurion, guys. This is someone that pays me around about $150,000 a year to work with them and help them. And so I started working with this individual, and they're paying me quite a sizable investment. And yet, for nearly 6 months, this individual, and she's one of the smartest people I know, and one of the most driven, she didn't do anything with the knowledge or the information that I was giving to her. It got to a point where, out of integrity, I actually said to her, you know what? Much as I hate to do this, and we've become very good friends, I have to sack you. And now, she was pretty stunned by that when I said it to her. But I told her, look, it's not right for me to take your money when you're not doing anything with the knowledge and the strategies that I'm giving you. And that hit home for her. And she said back to me, she thankfully the next day rang up and said, you know what, Ian, you're right. I haven't been acting on the advice you've been giving me. And I'm going to change. Will you please take me back? And I did, because she really is such a highly skilled lady. Now, from that time, when she came back again and became my client, I guess phase 2, nothing could stop her. She was a mad implementer. She did everything that I asked her and more. And you know what? The result of it was that her business grew at least probably 300%. I haven't got the latest figures, and I probably haven't got the permission to share those with you. But this particular person actually got up on stage and told a story and told of the growth in her organisation. But to give you a glimpse, so this person, their business was probably doing around about $6 million per annum when they started. For 6 months, not a lot happened. But then, soon as that mindset happened, soon as they realised, hey, I better do something with this information that I'm getting, her profits started going through the roof. Her turnover started going through the roof. The last number I know of was 12 million, but I'm pretty sure it's probably closer to 15 or 16 now. And the way that that's occurred is simply because of a mind shift, because she took action on the information that she was given. So that's example number one that I wanted to give to you. Example number 2 is a person came to me, one of my certified business advisors noticed that an individual needed a lot of help with their website. So he wisely brought this person along to me to have a chat to me about his website and see if I was willing to help him fix it. Well, I had one look at it, and the proverbial OMG that my daughter uses every now and then is the phrase that came to mind, because this site needed a lot of help. Now, this guy came to me, I looked at his site, I said, here's what you got to do. You got to get us to rebuild your site for you, and in a hurry, because it's costing you money. Now, it took 8 months for them to make the decision to actually use our services and for me to fix his site for him. Well, long story short, we took him on, we fixed his site, and previously they were doing maybe around about $20,000 to $30,000 a month in sales, in turnover in this business. Now, when I got their site ready, that figures climbed to probably around about close to the $300,000 mark now per month. Now, this all happened pretty well within 6 weeks of launching the website that I created for them. Now, here's the point I want to make. It took them 8 months to make that decision. So they could have been making this $300,000 or $280,000 or $260,000. We'll call it $300,000 just for easy maths. They could have been making that increased turnover 8 months earlier if all they did was act on what they knew they had to do. But because they stood on the fence, because they didn't make that decision quickly, it cost them, let's just do the maths on that. Well, okay, 300,000 times 8, 8, 16, 24, $2.4 million, ladies and gentlemen, is what it cost them to not make a decision. All right? So, in summing up, guys, I just want to say, don't sit on the fence, learn to make decisions, and not all of them will be right, but get over that. Because the cost of inaction, the cost of not doing what you know you should be, can be catastrophic.
Let's get stuck in, and I'm really looking forward to this and your take on the 5 most embarrassing and costly marketing mistakes business owners make, and importantly, how to avoid them, because you have and you do see a hell of a lot every day and every week. So over to you, Ian.
Well, sure. Now, look, I'll start off with the beginning, at the beginning, or perhaps really at the end, if you like, with embarrassing mistakes. And quite honestly, I'm very passionate about helping business owners that are serious about their success, help them achieve what they truly are capable of. So I guess the first most embarrassing or costly mistake that business owners make is, Steve, quite honestly, very few individuals that I talk to actually know what they want in life. Now, the reality is that if you don't have absolute clarity on what you want to achieve, then how the hell are you going to get there? So I will say this until the cows come home. Before you start anything, you must have absolute clarity, number one, absolute belief, number two, in what you want to achieve. And I'm not saying just, look, I want to have a lot of money, or I want to be rich, or I want to drive a nice car. I'm saying you get specific, because when you get specific, you then need to ask your question, well, do I really believe that I can achieve this? And until you first A, know what you want, and then B, believe that you can get it, you haven't got a hope in hell of achieving that goal. So that's number one, and in my books, that's the most important. Now, when you work out exactly what you want in life, and you work out that you believe that you can get it, there will be a price to pay. I'm not a believer in the 4-hour work week. I know many millionaires, multimillionaires and billionaires, and I'll tell you now, they all put their head down and their backside up, and they work very, very effectively in their businesses.
Got pen in hand. Look, here's my pen ready to go. I'm writing, taking notes as we go through, so hit us with number 5, Ian.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Steve Plummer, everybody in the world, this is probably the most important lesson I've learned in my years, and I ain't no spring chicken anymore. I'm sort of waking up to that fact. Here's the thing, when you make a sale, when you've got a customer, when you've made that money from the client, that's not when your job ends. That's actually when your job starts. You need to ensure that you keep a customer for life. You don't just have a customer for that transaction. You want to turn your organization into an environment where they would never dream of using another organization or another person apart from you to look after their problems in that area. That's the customer relation system that you need to put into your organization, and very, very few companies have them. They're always chasing the new client, the new customer. Where do I get another lead from? And many times they ignore their clients that have already done business with them, already handed money over, they've already developed trust and relationship with them. They tend to ignore those guys because they just think, oh, I want more leads, I want more leads. Well, here's a news flash for everyone. You see, about 2 years ago, we had a product called the $1 Million Makeover. Now, we released that, we offered it for probably, I guess, about 2 years. And the more that we got successful people, the more people wanted to become part of the program. And then the more success they got, the more people wanted to become part of the program. It was very intensive till we had 70 people in the program. And seriously, Steve, I didn't sleep. It was like all of them wanting a piece of me, and it was very, very hard to deliver. Essentially, we got through them all and we delivered on them, but it took 2 years. I actually put a hold on that whole program for 2 years and didn't promote it again for the last 2 years because I needed to make sure that we delivered on our promises to the best of our ability. And it's so important to do this. Now, we understand the importance of having a client and keeping them for a long time, and that's why we put so much effort into our back end and communication and doing our level best to help people achieve the success that they deserve. So ladies and gentlemen, think of all of the clients that you have, all of your past clients you've ever done business with. Think how you've actually said thank them for the business and that they've given to you and the trust they've given to you, and then make sure you keep that relationship for life, not just for the time that they're handing the money to you. I think that'd be my final, costly, most embarrassing mistake that most business owners make.
Alright, now you'll notice I've pulled over on the side of the road because it is question of the month time. Okay, so this question's from Jill. Jill's asking, how can businesses today compete other than price? Because customers can go to the internet, they can find out information about anything that they want to know, and so everything, she reckons, is based on price. Now, it's a bloody good question, Jill, and I'm glad you asked it, because here's the answer. Are you wearing the cheapest dress that you can find that you got from Best and Less at the moment? I'm just curious. What about the cheapest makeup? Are you wearing the cheapest makeup that you could find? Maybe are you driving the cheapest car? For example, maybe, I don't know, a Kia or something like that. I don't know, and no reflection on Kia. Probably the answer is no to those. You've chosen the product that made you feel good. You've chosen the product that you feel best suited your needs. And if it was all based on price, we wouldn't be selling any BMWs or any Gucci or Armani. Okay, so why do I drive around in a $100,000 vehicle? Why does Mel drive around a $180,000 vehicle? Why do we wear fancy suits, fancy dresses, nice diamonds? It's because they make us feel good and they solve a need that we want to solve. They scratch an itch, if you like. So what you need to do, my guess is focus on something other than price. My guess is that when you're communicating with your client, you're so focused on price, you make the other person really focused on price, and so you give them no other basis to make a decision on than price. Hope that helps, Jill. Till next time, everyone.